Yes, I have a question that you haven't touched upon, the question of regionalism. In the Soviet Union, there's absolutely no doubt that regionalism played an important role in the nature of the famine and who died and who survived. Was there anything similar in China? For example, was it more widespread in the north than in the south? Or was there any link to various linguistic groups? We know there are many languages in China. Those kinds of questions. So the question is basically regionalism.
Yes. Yes, if I understand you well, you mean regionalism, especially during the famine, where they were more deaf, you see. So two things. First, we know, usually, we know the name of the provinces where most people died. For example, Sichuan province was the first. More than 10 million people died within a single province. Of course, the most populated in China. It's more populated than any European country, except Russia. But after that, Hunan, Anhui, Guizhou, Gansu. So this, you see, the southwest, Guizhou, Sichuan, northwest Gansu, and the north, Hunan, Anhui, central north, if you want. This is one thing. And Niccolò Piantiola he underlined in his paper so a very important new article written by Anthony Garneau in Modern China this year, in 2014, and which looks at first the division of China between regions where considered self-sufficient in grain, not self-sufficient in grain, those far away, difficult to reach, like Tibet or in other part of the periphery of China, and those who had excess grain production and who could export summarize very quickly. On that, relying on that distinction, it shows that those like Sichuan, for instance, who has always been a net exporter of grain, so suffered most. Those, of course, the first imperative was to feed the cities. First of all, Beijing, Peking, Shanghai, Tianjin, and the industrialist northeast in Manchuria, the Jilin province, for instance, and there, and after that, city dwellers, after that, workers, they had to be fed by peasants and at the expense of peasants. So, to answer your question about regionalism, so we know that both provinces, there are three. You see Garneau's article, he said Sichuan, and part of Sichuan, and part of Guizhou, eastern Sichuan and Guizhou in the southwest, where maybe the most heavily affected. And then southern Anhui and part of Jiangsu, and northern Hunan and part of Shandong and Hebei. And those, so they were net exporter of grain, and secondly, easily accessible by train and other transportation means. And so it was a calculation of Hilder, and we can maybe very well, as a consequence, identify, localize which region suffered most. In any case, to answer your question, you said north and south. With what we knew, what we traditionally knew, what I read many times before that more interesting study about the geographical precondition of the famine, we suffered most. We knew that, of course, north central plain, Hunan mostly, and part of Anhui, were traditionally traditionally suffered from famine. Anhui, even during the empire, often suffered. It was not an exporter. It was, but there were many people killed in that region. For instance, you have the fact that Jiangxi province, you know, in the southeast, there was only 1.006% of the population who died from hunger. And the same province, Jiangxi province, welcomed and nourished and fed more than 1 million people coming from neighboring Anhui, where people, one out, as I said this morning, 1 out of 5 or 1 out of 6 people died from hunger. So you have the east, let's say, part of eastern Jiangsu, Zhejiang province, even Fujian, and as the free northeastern province in Manchuria, and part of Hebei, suffered very little, and a very low proportion of death from hunger. While, as I said, so in the southwest, Sichuan, first of all, Guizhou, of course, neighboring region, and Gansu in the northwest was also powerful. It is not one of the 3 main areas localized by Garnaut in this geographical article, but still, what we knew before, what we traditionally read in Chinese sources, we said where it was the worst in China, Xinjiang prefecture in southern Hunan, I said 1 million out of 8 million population died, and in Gansu province, which was traditionally poor in northwest China, there was a famous county, Dengli, where even worse, it was less populated than Dinyang. It was a county and not a prefecture, but it was, the proportion was worse, almost 1 out of 5 died. So I could say more about this, but we cannot say there was a very uneven distribution of death from hunger during the famine, definitely. But no, a single region could be compared to Kazakhstan as a proportion. Some almost like Ukraine.
Can I just add something to what you just said? Because in fact, there was decision was taken in 1961 on top to sacrifice Sichuan, and that's when Sichuan, the famine was ravaging Sichuan. People were dying, huge number of people were dying. But the decision was taken that to sacrifice Sichuan in order, to feed the population in Beijing and Shanghai. Zhou Enlai said, imagine the political consequences of people dying in Beijing and Shanghai. That would be terrible. So Li Jingquan was pressurized to send out more grains. So what he did was there was no grain in Sichuan, so what could he do? I mean, the only thing he could do was to abolish the food coupon in the cities, in Sichuan cities. So that taken out the food from all these people in the cities. So there was a famine in the cities in Sichuan as well, as a result in 1961, and so that contributes to more deaths, further deaths. So I just want to add that comment, after your answer.
I'm not sure I understood you well, but Lucien is from Sichuan. He is from Chengdu, the capital of Sichuan province, so she can know what the situation was. So, at least from her parents, at least. But yes, what you said first, of course, the priority, for obvious reason, was to feed the cities. And this is, I did not elaborate on this, but this for me is obvious. First of all, no revolt, and this is very visible, and it's important, it's the heart of the regime, and we have to, and you see here, we are many, for instance, contribution of Jeremy Brown about Tianjin in to the collective volume edited by Felix Wehmeyer and Kimberly Manning was there today, or maybe he's here, I don't see her. So he explains that very clearly for people, the communist leaders in Tianjin, well, they knew very well about the situation in the countryside. And still, they wanted to preserve, first of all, the food for Tianjin inhabitants. And so they went to Shandong, the province to the south, who suffered much during the famine. And they went there asking them to send grain, and they did. And in Shandong, the cadre, communist cadre responsible for food, for the food situation, he met his colleague from Beijing, who was coming to do the same. And Shandong peasants started even more. So now, the second part of your question, if I understood you well, is in Shanghai, city dwellers died as well, sure, in many parts of China, especially in Shandong, who suffered more than most of our provinces. Some people starved and died in the cities, and especially in small cities or towns, we were not considered having priority. So they had to themselves to try to find grain in their surroundings, and they did as well as they could, but sometimes it was very bad result. So definitely, I will still say, as I said at the beginning, maybe more than 95% of those who died were peasants.